Half a day and good evening. You're watching Go Healthy and I'm Nurse Jen. In this segment, let's discuss PEG tube feedings, often surgically placed in people with serious illness or are at an advanced age or have difficulty eating and or swallowing. A PEG feeding tube is placed through the skin into the stomach through a small hole in the abdomen to bypass the mouth and esophagus. Placing a feeding tube is a relatively simple 15-minute procedure. Here on Guam, typically a doctor will ask family members whether or not a tube feeding procedure is what the ill or elderly person might have been interested in. The pros and cons differ from patient to patient. Prior to consideration, one should consider these 3 questions. Will your loved one live longer or possibly die sooner as a result of having a PEG feeding tube placed? Will the quality of their life improve with the PEG feeding tube? And last, will the PEG feeding tube allow for treatment to likely cure the underlying illness? Typically, emotions often play a huge role in the decision-making process. Feelings of guilt about not doing everything in your power to help your loved one and pressure from others may affect your final decision. Bottom line, a PEG feeding tube is not intended to lengthen life nor quality of life in a person nearing death from terminal dementia or terminal cancer. Now, let's head into this week's trivia question. What type of food is used for PEG tube feedings? A, fruits and vegetables, B, tofu, or C, ready-made formula and blenderized liquids? The correct answer is C. Water, ready-made formulas, blenderized liquids, and crushed medications can be given to a patient with a PEG feeding tube. I'm registered Nurse Jen, reminding you to be healthy is to go healthy.